Hello everyone, this is YVR. Welcome to YVR Maths Tutorial. Students who are studying 10th or 12th class at present are passed out students. They know very well CBSE, the Central Board of Secondary Education, would introduce changes in the pattern of question paper every year. So, in this video, I am going to discuss mathematics question paper pattern for class 12 students who are going to attend 2021 board exams. I will give you detailed analysis of sample question paper released by the CBSE for class 12 mathematics students. So, watch this video till the end. Every year, CBSE releases the sample papers on its official site to help students in understanding the question paper pattern and marking scheme of the paper. So this year also, CBSE sample papers 2021 are released by the Central Board of Secondary Education on 9th October 2020. And these sample papers are based on the latest CBSE exam pattern. So, from this website, you can download any subject which are related to your course. See here, sample question paper and marking scheme are available. So, students can download from this website the sample question paper and a marking scheme also. These sample papers are one of the best resources for the exam preparation. First, I will discuss about marks distribution and I will explain changes between 2020 board exam paper and this year sample paper, that is 2021 board exam sample paper. See here, I am giving separated table for old paper and new paper. Old means 2020 and new means 2021 sample paper. If you observe here, in 2020, 1 mark questions, 20 questions are there. Each question carries 1 mark, so 20 into 1, 20 marks. In these 20 questions, 10 questions are objective type and 5 questions are fill in the blanks type and 5 questions are very short answer type. So each question carries 1 mark, then total number of marks is 20. In new pattern also, we have 1 mark questions. But this time we have 16 very short answer type questions and 8 questions are objective type questions. But these 8 questions are not purely objective type questions, case study questions. So I will give you detailed information in separate video about these case study questions. So each question carries 1 mark, then 16 very short answer type questions and 8 case study questions, total 24 questions, 24 marks. Next, in old pattern, we have 2 marks questions. So total number of 2 marks questions are 6. Each question carries 2 marks means 6 into 2, 12 marks. In the same way, in new pattern also we have 2 marks questions. But here we have 10 number of questions for 2 marks. So 10 into 2, total 20 marks. So, comparatively last year, this year they increased number of questions from 2 marks. So, they increased 1 mark questions also comparatively old paper. Now, in last year, we have 4 marks questions. Total number of questions are 6. So, 6 into 4, that is 24 marks. But in new pattern, we don't have 4 marks questions. That 4 marks questions, they changed here as 3 marks questions. So, total number of questions, 7 we have in this category, that means for 3 marks. So, 7 into 3, 21 marks in this section. So, here they increased 1 question compared to last year, but they decreased number of marks. So, last year these questions are for 4 marks, now the same questions they are asking for 3 marks. Next, in old pattern we have 6 marks questions. The total number of 6 marks questions are 4. So 4 into 6, that is 24 marks. But in new pattern, we don't have 6 marks. That 6 marks questions they changed as a 5 marks question. The number of questions also they decreased here. So 5 marks questions, we have only 3 questions. So 3 into 5, total number of marks 15 marks. So if we observe the old pattern and a new pattern, in old pattern we have total number of questions 36. In new pattern we have total number of questions 44. They increased the number of questions comparatively last year and this year. There is no change in total marks. Last year maximum marks is 80. This year maximum marks also 80. So comparatively last year, they increased number of questions in 1 mark and 2 mark and 4 mark also. But they decreased one question from 5 marks comparatively last year. So I hope this new pattern is very beneficial to the students because they increased 1 mark questions and they increased 2 marks questions also. So from 1 mark and 2 mark itself, students will get 44 marks. If students learn the subject in conceptual level, then they can answer these 1 mark and 2 marks questions very easily. So now, as per CBSE curriculum, there will be no overall choice in the question paper. However, 33% internal choice will be given in all sections. Now, I will discuss section-wise how many internal choice questions we have. Comparatively last year and this year papers, is it benefit for students? So, let us discuss about this. See here. So, based on last year paper and this year paper, what is the weightage of internal choice out of this 80 marks? So I will give you a comparison between old pattern and a new pattern. See, in old pattern, 1 mark questions, the number of choice questions we have 3. That means 3 marks we have a choice out of 20 marks. In new pattern, the same 1 mark questions, 5 questions have choice. And in case study questions also we have a choice. So in case study we have 2 questions. In very short answer type questions we have 5. So total 7 questions we have a choice. So 7 marks from 1 mark. Now in old pattern, in 2 mark session, 2 questions have a choice. So each question 2 marks means 2 into 2, 4 marks we have a choice. In new pattern, the same 2 marks questions we have 3 questions. The number of choice questions are 3. So each question 2 marks means 3 into 2, 6 marks. So in 2 mark session, we have 6 marks choice. In old pattern, if we see 4 marks questions, we have 2 questions have a choice. So 2 into 4, 8 marks. In new pattern, that 4 marks they changed as a 3 marks. In that 3 marks, we have 2 questions choice. So 2 into 3, that is 6 marks. Now in old pattern, the 6 marks questions, we have 2 questions choice. So 2 into 6, 12 marks. The same 6 marks questions, they changed as a 5 marks in new pattern. In this new pattern, we have 3 questions choice. So each question 5 marks, 5 into 3, 15 marks. So the total number of choice questions in old pattern is 9. In new pattern, the total number of choice questions are 13 plus 2 case study questions. So total 15 questions we have a choice. So compare here. Old pattern we have only 9. New pattern we have 15 questions. So comparatively last year, we have more number of choice questions. See, in old pattern, total number of choice marks 27, but in new pattern we have 34 marks. So compared to last year, this year they increased the choice marks also. So by observing this table, I hope the new pattern is very benefit to the students comparatively old pattern. So here I compared the last year and this year sample papers which is released by the CBSE board. I given clear analysis about marks distribution and weightage of the marks and internal choice. So this analysis I given clearly. Just go through this analysis and try to understand the new pattern. What are the changes they made in this new academic year 2020-21? So it will be very benefit to the students if you know this analysis. Now we will see sample paper issued by CBSE board for the academic year 2020-21. First, we will see the general instructions of the paper. See here, these are the general instructions given in the sample paper. So this is the class 12 session 2021, subject mathematics, sample question paper theory. There is no change in time allowed. So 3 hours is the maximum time duration, and there is no change in maximum marks, 80 marks only. See, if you see the general instructions, this question paper contains 2 parts, A and B. Each part is compulsory. Part A contains 24 marks and part B contains 56 marks. So, last year they didn't divide part A, part B like that. But this year they divided the question paper as part A and part B. In part A also we have 2 sessions. Part A has objective type questions and part B has a descriptive type questions. So they given clearly here, both part A and part B have choices. So I discussed already, there is no overall choice in the question paper, but 33% internal choice should be there. So clearly they mentioned in the instructions. If you see here they given part A has objective type questions, but part A fully not objective type questions. In part A total we have 24 questions. In that 24 questions, first 16 questions are very short answer type questions. Next 8 questions only objective type questions. If you see these general instructions, the total question paper they divided 2 parts, part A and part B. So first I will discuss about part A. In the next slide, I will explain you the general instructions about part A. See here about part A. It contains 2 sections, section 1 and section 2. Section 1 comprises 16 very short answer type questions. And section 2 contains 2 case studies. Each case study comprises of 5 case-based MCQs, multiple choice questions. So the student is attempt compulsory any 4 questions out of the given 5 multiple choice questions. So they given here internal choice. So they will give 5 questions. In that 5 questions, students should attempt 4 questions, any 4 questions. See here students, section 1 comprises 16 very short answer type questions. In this 16 very short answer type questions also, we have internal choice. We have 3 questions internal choice. That I will show you in next slide. So in this new pattern, they introduced case study questions. So see third point, section 2 contains 2 case studies. So these case studies questions are newly introduced in this exam. So students have to concentrate more on these case study type questions. So I will give you more details based on this case study questions. Okay students, don't bother about these case study questions. I will guide you and I will give the instructions based on this case study type questions. So as per given instructions, part A have 2 sections. So see here first section, part A section 1. See here, all questions are compulsory. In case of internal choice, attempt any one. If you have any internal choice question, you can choose any one question. You can attempt only one question. You should not attempt 2 questions. So if you see section 1, see in this slide I given 4 questions. What are the questions they given in the sample paper? This is the sample paper released by the CBSE board. From that CBSE sample paper only I taken this slide. Okay, see first question. I'm not going to read each and every question, but I will give you the particular question related to which chapter, which concept. That information alone I will try to give you. See first question. First question is from the first chapter, from the concept functions. They given here internal choice. The internal choice question is from the same chapter, but the concept is relations. So one thing you have to remember students, if they give any internal choice question, both the questions they should take from the same unit are from the same chapter, but they should not give the internal choice question from the same concept. They will give from the same unit or same chapter. Okay, students, that point you have to remember, and accordingly you can practice for your board exam. If you see second question also from the first chapter, the concept is relations. If you see third question also from the first chapter only. Again they given here internal choice. In this third question, first question is from the chapter relations and functions, from the topic functions. Here they given internal choice. Internal choice question is from the topic relations. So first three questions they taken from the chapter relations and functions. That is the first chapter in our NCERT textbook. Okay, students, if you observe the first question and the third question, the internal choice question they taken from the same chapter. But you should not expect they will give from the same chapter. They will give from the same unit or same chapter. Here first chapter and the second chapter are one unit according to the CBSE curriculum. Next, see fourth question. Fourth question is from the chapter matrices, third chapter matrices. This question is based on the concept order of the matrix. Okay. Now we will check the remaining questions in the next slide. See here the continuation from fifth question to ninth question I given in this slide. If you see the fifth question they given internal choice. The first question is from the chapter matrix, third chapter, based on the concept how to form a matrix by using the given data, how to multiply two matrices. Based on this concept they given fifth question. If you see the internal choice question is from the determinants chapter. So if you see here, I told already the internal choice question they will give from the same chapter or same unit. Here third chapter matrices and fourth chapter determinant, these two chapters are one unit according to our CBSE curriculum. So the first question they given from the matrices and the internal choice question they given from the determinants chapter. They given from the same unit, but they do not give from the same chapter. Okay, students. See sixth question. Sixth question is from determinants chapter, that is fourth chapter. This question is basic concept of determinants. Okay, see seventh question. Seventh question again we have internal choice. First question is from integrals. Internal choice question also from integrals. But in integrals we have two topics, indefinite integrals and definite integrals. So first question is based on indefinite integrals concept. In indefinite integrals we have different types of questions. In that the first question is integration by parts concept they given first question. So internal choice question is definite integrals concept. In that definite integrals also based on the properties they given the internal choice question. So here the internal choice question they given from the same chapter. See eighth question here. Eighth question is based on eighth chapter, application of integrals. So this is the basic concept question. See ninth question. Ninth question is from ninth chapter, differential equation. In ninth question again they given internal choice. The first question is based on general and particular solution of a differential equation concept. That means this question is related to exercise 9.2. If you see the internal choice question, this question also from the same chapter, but the concept is homogeneous differential equation concept. That means this question is related to exercise 9.5. Okay, students. From 10th question, we will see in the next slide. See next slide. In this slide, I am giving from question number 10 to 16. See 10th question. 10th question is from the chapter vector algebra. This 10th question is based on unit vector concept. So this question is related to exercise 10.2 from your NCERT textbook. See 11th question. 11th question also from the same chapter, vector algebra. So this question is based on vector or cross product of two vectors concept. This is related to 10.4 exercise. See 12th question. 12th question also from the same chapter, vector algebra. The concept is scalar or dot product of two vectors. This question is related to exercise 10.3. So next see 13th question. 13th question is related to three-dimensional geometry chapter. So this question is based on basic concept. This question is related to exercise 11.1. See 14th question. 14th question also from the same chapter, three-dimensional geometry. The concept is equation of a line in space. This question they taken from the concept equation of a line in space. This question is related to exercise 11.2. Next see 15th question. 15th question is from the chapter probability. In that probability from the concept independent events. This question they taken from the concept independent events. This question is related to exercise 3.2. See 16th question. 16th question also from the same chapter, probability. But this question is related to the concept multiplication theorem on probability. So this question is related to exercise 13.2. So as per given instructions, part A have two sections. First section will have 16 questions. So these are the 16 questions. These 16 questions are very short answer type questions. If students learn the concept properly, then they can answer these 16 questions correctly and easily. Students will gain 16 marks very easily if they practice the concept, if they learn the concept perfectly. Okay students, now we will discuss second section in the next slide. So as per given instructions, this slide belongs to section 2. See here, in this section 2, they given two case study questions. Both the case study based questions are compulsory. In each case study question, they given 5 bits. In that 5 bits, students should attempt minimum 4. Should attempt 4 questions. Should attempt 4 questions. So, if you see here, 17th question, they given some information here with a diagram. So based on this information, they will give 5 questions. In that 5 questions, students should have to answer any 4 questions. So if students should read carefully this information what they given in case study, based on that information, you have to attempt the given questions. So this is 17th question. They taken from the chapter application of derivatives. 6th chapter from the concept maxima and minima. So this question is related to exercise 6.5 from your NCERT textbook. Okay students, so this is a case study question. So what are the questions they given based on this information we will see in the next slide. See here students, in this slide based on the given information they given 5 questions. So total 5 questions. Out of these 5 questions, so students should answer any 4 questions as per the given instructions. Okay students. So I told you 2 case study questions. Till now we have seen only 1 case study question. In the next slide, we will see the second case study question. See here students, second case study question, 18th question. So they given some information here. This 18th question they taken from the chapter probability. They given some information here with some diagram. Based on that information, they given 5 questions. This case study question they taken from the probability. To answer these 5 questions, you should know concepts of conditional probability, multiplication theorem on probability, total probability theorem concept, and some basic knowledge from the 11th standard should be there. Then only students can answer this type of case study questions. So very easy students, don't bother about this case study questions. By seeing the question is somewhat different, but if you start reading the question, if you think, then these questions will be very easy. Okay, students? So, as per given instructions, 2 case study questions we have. In each case study question, we have 5 objective type questions. Out of the 5 objective questions, student should attempt any 4 questions. In 17th question and in 18th question also. Okay, students. So, till now we discussed about part A. So, as per the given instructions, the total question paper will have 2 parts, part A and part B. Till now we discussed part A only. In part A, total 16 very short answer type questions and 2 case study questions. In 2 case study questions, each case study question have 5 objective type. In the given 5 objective type questions, students should answer any 4 objective type questions. So total 24 marks students will gain in the first part. Okay, students. Now we will discuss about part B in the next slide. So first we will check the general instructions of part B. See here, it contains of 3 sections, section 3, section 4 and section 5. Section 3 comprises of 10 questions, each question carries 2 marks. And section 4 comprises of 7 questions and each question carries 3 marks. And section 5 comprises of 3 questions and each question carries 5 marks. So in section 4 and section 5, last year question paper we have 4 marks and 6 marks questions. Now they reduced or they changed that questions as 3 marks and 5 marks. See the 5th point in the instructions, internal choice is provided 3 questions of section 3, 2 questions of section 4, 3 questions of section 5. If you observe the students here, section 5 total we have 3 questions. They given here in section 5 3 questions of internal choice. So in section 5 for each and every question we have an internal choice. So this is very benefit to the students. Now in the next slides we will discuss section wise. That means section 3, section 4, section 5 individually we will discuss in the next slides. Okay students, we will go for next slide. Section 3. See here, part B, section 3. If you see the 19th question they taken from the chapter inverse trigonometric functions. How to write the given function in simplest form. Based on that concept they given this question. So this question is related to exercise 2.2 from our NCERT. See 20th question. In 20th question they given internal choice. So first question they taken from the chapter determinants on basic concepts. And the internal choice question also they taken from the same chapter determinants based on the concept inverse of a matrix. So this question is related to exercise 4.5. As I told, the internal choice question they will give either from the same unit or from the same chapter. So in this question they given internal choice from the same chapter. If you see the question number 21, this question 21 they taken from the chapter continuity and differentiability, 5th chapter. So this question based on the concept continuity. So this question is related to exercise 5.1. Okay. Now if you see question number 22, they taken from the chapter application of derivatives from the concept tangent and normals. This question is related to exercise 6.3. Next see question number 23. Question number 23 again we have internal choice. First question and second question, both the questions they taken from the chapter integrals, but the first question they taken from the indefinite integrals and the internal choice question they taken from the definite integrals. So first question, indefinite integrals, substitution method concept. This question related to exercise 7.2. And the internal choice question they taken from the definite integrals based on properties. This question is related to exercise 7.11. Okay students, as per given instructions, section 3 will have 3 internal choice questions. In this slide, if you observe, two internal choice questions are there. We will check the next slide. See in this slide, question number 24 to 28. If you see question number 24, they taken from the chapter application of integrals based on the concept area of the region bounded by the curve and the line. So this question is related to exercise 8.1. Next, see question number 25. This question they taken from differential equation chapter based on the concept variable separable method. So this question is related to exercise 9.4. See next question, question number 26. This question they taken from the chapter vector algebra. This question is based on the concept vector or cross product of two vectors, which is related to exercise 10.4. See question number 27. This question they taken from the chapter three-dimensional geometry from the concept planes. This question is related to exercise 11.3. See question number 28. Question number 28, again we have internal choice. This is the third internal choice question from this section. As per given instructions, we have total 3 internal choice questions from this section. Already in the previous slide, we have 2 internal choice questions, and in this slide, we got 1 more internal choice question. So, this 28th question they taken from the chapter probability. The first question they taken from the concept random variable and probability distribution, which is related to exercise 13.4. And the internal choice question they taken from the same chapter from the concept conditional probability, which is related to exercise 13.1 from our NCERT. Okay students, from 19th question to 28th question, these questions are 2 marks questions, and we have 3 internal choice questions from all these. Okay students, now we will discuss another section, section 4, 3 marks questions. We will discuss about 3 marks questions in the next section. See the next slide. So this is section 4. So if you see the instructions in section 4, all questions are compulsory. In case of internal choices, attempt any one. Question number 29 to 35. See question number 29. Question number 29, they taken from the first chapter, relations and functions, based on the concept relations. See question number 30. Question number 30, they taken from the chapter continuity and differentiability, based on the concept logarithmic differentiation. This question is related to exercise 5.2. See question number 31. Question number 31 also they taken from the same chapter continuity and differentiation, but from the concept differentiability, which is related to exercise 5.2. In question number 31 they given internal choice. The internal choice question also they taken from the same chapter, but based on the concept second order derivative. This question is related to exercise 5.7. So if you see the students here, question number 30 and question number 31, both the questions are from the same chapter continuity and differentiation, but they given from the different concept. One is from logarithmic differentiation, another one is from the differentiability, another one is from second order differentiation. See question number 32. Question number 32 they taken from the chapter application of derivatives, from the concept increasing and decreasing functions, which is related to exercise 6.2 from our NCERT. See question number 33. Question number 33 they taken from the chapter integrals. This question is from the integrals integration by partial fraction concept, which is related to exercise 7.5. Okay students, so we have 2 more questions from this section. We will see the 2 questions in the next slide. See here the remaining 2 questions from this section. Question number 34. Question number 34 they taken from the chapter application of integrals, based on the concept area of the region bounded by the curve and a line, from exercise 8.1. They given here internal choice. The internal choice question also they taken from the same chapter, from the same concept and from the same exercise. Okay, see question number 35. Question number 35 they taken from the chapter differential equation, from the concept linear differential equation first form. which is related to exercise 9.6. So in section 4, we have 7 questions. Each question carries 3 marks. We have 2 internal choice questions in this section as per given instructions. Okay students, so in the next slide, we will discuss about section 5. See here students, this slide belongs to section 5. If you see the instructions, all questions are compulsory. In case of internal choices, attempt any one question. So as per given instructions, section 5 will have 3 questions. Each and every question we have internal choice. This is a big benefit to the student in section 5. So each question carries 5 marks. See question number 36. Question number 36, the first question they given from the chapter determinants based on the concept inverse of a matrix which is related to exercise 4.5. And another concept, solution of system of linear equations using inverse of a matrix, which is related to exercise 4.6. Okay, so the internal choice question, they given from the chapter matrix and determinants. So first part is from the matrix and the second part is from the determinants. From the matrix, multiplication of 2 matrices concept, which is related to exercise 3.2, and the second part, solution of a system of linear equations using inverse of a matrix, which is related to exercise 4.6. So whatever it is, the internal choice question they taken from the same unit. So as I told previously, the internal choice question they will give from the same unit or from the same chapter. So this type of questions are very, very important. Every year they are asking one long answer question from the same concept from the same chapter. Okay students. In next slide, we will see question number 37. See here student. In this slide, I given question number 37. This question they given from the topic equation of a line in space. In that topic, the concept is shortest distance between 2 lines, which is related to exercise 11.2. They given internal choice here. The internal choice question also they taken from the same chapter but from the topic planes. This question is related to exercise 11.3. Okay students. So in the next slide, we will see question number 38. See here, in this slide I given question number 38. So question number 38 they taken from the chapter linear programming. So the first question and the second question, both the questions they given from the same concept, graphical method of solving linear programming problems, which is related to exercise 12.1. So both the questions from the same concept and related to same exercise. But in the first question, they given constraints. Based on the given constraints, we have to solve the given linear programming problem graphically. But in internal choice question, they given graph already. Based on the given graph, we have to answer the given questions. Okay students. So this chapter is also very, very important. Linear programming chapter also very, very important to gain full score. Okay students, so as per given instructions, section 5 will have 3 questions. Each and every question have internal choice. Each question carries 5 marks. Okay students, to get more updates based on case study questions and sample papers, subscribe this channel. I will give the updates through this channel. In CBSE curriculum, they given some blueprint, but that blueprint is not given chapter wise. They given unit wise blueprint. If you see this slide, see here, this is the blueprint what they given in CBSE curriculum. Here unit wise marks weightage only they given. If you see first unit, total marks 8 marks. First unit means first chapter and second chapter. If you see the second unit, algebra, total marks weightage 10 marks. So second unit means algebra means third chapter matrices, fourth chapter determinants. These 2 chapters are second unit. So from these 2 chapters, the total marks you will get 10 marks. Now third unit, calculus. Calculus means fifth chapter continuity and differentiation, sixth chapter application of differentiation, seventh chapter integrals, eighth chapter application of integrals, and ninth chapter differential equations. These 5 chapters are related to third unit. So from these 5 chapters, according to the CBSE curriculum, 35 marks weightage. Next, fourth unit. Fourth unit means vector algebra and three-dimensional geometry. These two chapters are related to fourth unit. From these two chapters, maximum weightage 14 marks. Next, fifth unit, linear programming. So this chapter alone, 1 unit. So from this chapter, marks weightage is 5 marks. From this chapter, maximum weightage 5 marks. And sixth unit, probability. Probability chapter alone, 1 unit. So from this chapter, maximum weightage 8 marks. So if you see the total weightage of marks 80 and internal assessment is 20 marks. About internal assessment, I will give you a separate video. In that video, I will explain about this internal assessment. So how we will get this 20 marks? How they will conduct internal assessment? How practicals will conduct? What are the instructions we have to follow to get these 20 marks? That I will explain in the next video. Okay students. So this blueprint is given by the CBSE board in the curriculum. This blueprint is based on unit wise. Okay students. Now, as per CBSE curriculum, how question paper will design? See in the next slide. See here, question paper design 2020-21. See here, typology of questions. Remembering and understanding. Remembering and understanding based on this 55% weightage. That means the total marks 44. And applying 20 marks. That means 25%. Next, third, analyzing, evaluating and creating. Based on this 16 marks. That means 20 marks weightage from the question paper. So just to go through this slide carefully students, which type of questions they will ask in exam. Remembering questions, understanding questions, applying questions, analyzing, evaluating and creating. What is the percentage? So observe carefully here students. While you are practicing for your board exam, just you can remember all these things. If you remember all these things while you are practicing, then you will get good score in mathematics subject. About internal assessment also, I given a small side here, just to go through that students. You will get some idea. Pause the video and observe this slide. Dear students, already I told there is no chapter-wise weightage. But we discussed in the previous slide unit-wise weightage as per the given CBSE curriculum. Okay, now based on the sample paper, I made a blueprint chapter-wise. Based on the sample paper only, I am giving this blueprint, chapter-wise blueprint. Remember carefully students, this is not final. Based on the sample paper only, I am giving this blueprint chapter wise. Just observe this slide. See here students. Observe carefully this slide students. Chapter wise breakup of questions based on the sample paper. First chapter, relations and functions. 1 mark questions, they given 3 questions. That 3 questions also they given in section 1 only. So here section 1 and section 2, observe the difference between section 1 and section 2 in part A. In part A we have 2 sections. In section 1, very short answer questions. In section 2, case study questions. So in relations and functions, part A, section 1, we have 3 1 mark questions. And in part B, 1 3 marks question in section 4. So total 6 marks from this chapter. Next, second chapter, inverse trigonometric functions. There is no question in part A, but in part B, we have 1 question from 2 marks section. Section 3, 2 marks, we have 1 question. That means weightage from this chapter only 2 marks. Third chapter and fourth chapter, combined I given here, matrices and determinants. From these 2 chapters, they given 3 1 mark questions. In part A, section 1. In part B, section 3, they given 1 2 mark question. And in section 5, they given 1 5 mark question. So total 10 marks from the chapters matrices and determinants. Next, continuity and differentiability. This is the 5th chapter. In this chapter, there is no 1 mark question in part A. But in part B, they given 1 2 marks question, section 3. 2 3 marks question in section 4. So total 8 marks from this chapter. Next, 6th chapter, application of derivatives. From application of derivatives, they given 1 case study question. 1 case study question that is 4 marks. Okay, in part B, they given one 2 marks question, given one 3 marks question. So total weightage 9 marks. Total weightage 9 marks from this chapter. See next chapter, integrals. From this chapter they given one 1 mark question in part A, section 1. In part B, section 3, 2 marks question they given 1. Section 4, 3 marks question they given 1. So total 6 marks from the chapter integrals. Next chapter, application of integrals. In application of integrals, part A, section 1, they given 1 question. In part B, section 3, they given one 2 marks question. And section 4, they given one 3 marks question. So total 6 marks weightage from this chapter. See next chapter, differential equations. Part A, they given one question from section 1. And they given part B, one question from section 3. One question from section 4. So total weightage from this chapter 6 marks. Next see, next chapter, vector algebra. From vector algebra, they given 3 1 mark question in part A, section 1. In part B, section 3, they given one 2 mark question. So total weightage from this chapter 5 marks. See next chapter, 3-dimensional geometry. From 3-dimensional geometry, in part A, they given 2 1 mark questions from section A. In part B, they given one 2 mark question from section 3 and one 5 mark question from section 5. So total 9 marks from this chapter. Next chapter, linear programming. In linear programming, we don't have any question from part A, but in part B, section 5, we have one 5 mark question. So 5 marks weightage from this chapter. And finally, last chapter, probability. So from this chapter, in part A, they given 2 questions in section 1 and in section 2, they given one case study question. And in part B, they given one question in section 3, 2 marks question. So total weightage from this chapter, 8 marks. So please remember students, this is based on sample question paper issued by the CBSE for the board exams 2021. So don't depend on this blueprint. This is based on the sample paper, just our guessing only. Okay students, so we are preparing sample papers based on this new pattern. We will be releasing them in the month of December. So subscribe this channel to get the more updates. Okay students, thank you for watching this video. If you like, subscribe this channel to get more updates and share to your friends. Thank you very much.